effective, and the red deck.
Well, he does have a couple Jeets. What's Energy Flux do again?
Energy Flux is good against artifact decks. It's not going to be relevant here.
All right, Aether Vial off of turn 1 Wasteland for Todd Anderson. That's a great start.
I remember somebody telling me that that Merfolk beat Mono Red, but it seems like on paper Mono Red should be advantage against Merfolk.
I've watched a match of this before, and it seemed like Mono Red should win.
Mono Red or Merfolk is very bad against decks like Zoo because of the creatures they have coupled with the burn. But just the burn really turns Mono Red into more of a combo deck. Mm-hmm. And traditionally Merfolk is pretty good, or at least reasonable against combo decks. But we'll see how this plays out. There's a Grim Lavamancer. Now that is certainly a card that's good to have against Merfolk. It's also possible, I was looking at it from 2 different eras. When Merfolk had Misstep, it's very possible it beat Burn.
Yeah.
But without the Misstep. But although Force of Will put a dent in that plan.
And Todd is out of spells in hand. Good top deck.
Drew Lord of Atlantis. Force of Will made sure that Grim Lavamancer did not resolve. But if Todd Anderson doesn't have any more spells, it could be a pretty rough road.
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Just making sure that he didn't mulligan as well.
Cracks his Arid Mesa. Uses it to fuel the Grim Lavamancer's in his deck.
That's in his graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, you have that's the only reason you have them, right? Is fuel Grim Lavamancer?
Probably.
Yeah, just there to fuel Grim Lavamancer. I mean, thins your deck, I guess, for the eligible value that gives you too. Yeah, very, very much just burn them up, torch them. Let's see. So, you're going to see a couple more burn spells here. It's Fast and Furious. Lightning Bolt you. Todd goes to 16.
Bolt you.
Whenever your opponent's like main face bolt you turn 2, you just know what's going on. Bolt you. Like, I'm sure that Todd was like, oh, okay, he's playing like, no rug or something. Now the jig is up. Todd draws Regery, so drawn quite well out of this. Going to be able to serve with Mutavault.
Yeah.
Serve with Mutavault, put in Lord Atlantis, tag for 3. Zev down to 15.
Look at Todd drawing all his lords.
That's how you do it.
Man is running.
That's how you do it with your Phantasmal Images and Lord of the Reels, too. Todd Anderson, Star City Games writer and professional player. Just had a lot of camera time this weekend. Did well in Standard, and now back at it in Legacy. Off to a 2-0 start.
Mm-hmm.
So it kicks his Vial up to 3. He's going to Vial in Regery this turn. Smash in for what? 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah, 7 if it all resolves.
And that'll put Zev on dead next turn.
Yeah.
Let's see what Zev has.
Wonder why, that he used both his lightning bolts at instant speed.
And Zev concedes.
What?
He just had nothing, I'd imagine. I mean, if you look at your hand, I saw at least 1 or 2 lands in his hand, and if his hand is just all lands, then there might just be nothing he can do.
Well, but then why would you throw both your lightning bolts out there?
Just to make sure they didn't get countered.
What's going to counter them?
I don't know. Curse Catcher? I mean, that is a logic I would use. Mental misstep. That is the logic I would use in that situation. I do not think casting those lightning bolts was correct.
No, because he could have killed the lords and been at a very healthy life total.
Justin Buetter on Twitter says Merfolk versus Burn is more like a coin flip matchup. He played Burn in Boston. Merfolk is about 50-50. Kyle Stewart says he played Mono Red in Legacy World Champs 2 years ago, and he says the Merfolk is a problem matchup because you can't kill their guys, and Price of Progress doesn't do anything. But Price, I mean, it kind of hits him for 2 sometimes.
I mean, you board it out, sure.
Wastelands, yeah, you definitely board it out. Speaking of boarding out, looks like he has 4 Red, 4 Pyroblast if he wants them. The issue, of course, with those cards, though, is that if you don't want to load up on non-burn cards, then you draw too many like Rebs and such. How do you think we're going to see Zev burn here? Or Zev board here?
Zev board. I mean, I think those seem like decent cards to come in, but most of your burn spells also kill like his creatures.
I mean, you just want to cut the prices, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I still am just in shock of how that game played out.
I mean,
I'm not a burn player, and I haven't played this match a million times, and it would take multiple games to like understand if you even can shoot a creature, if you're going to actually be able to deal your 20. But it just seems correct that if you're going to die, I would rather kill your guys than put you to 13.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Especially since you have like Goblin Guides figures and Grim Lavancers. Now, if he was only burn spells, yeah, every time you kill a creature, he gets a top deck, and you need to top deck a burn spell.
So that's for Zev. Let's look at Todd Anderson's sideboard. Energy Flux not coming in. Submerge not coming in. 2 Ooms out of his GT. A lock. Lawan not coming in. Blue Elemental Blast coming in. So you want to bring in those 5 cards for sure.
Dismember comes out.
Okay, so Dismember comes out.
And probably Daze, I don't know. Daze doesn't seem that good.
I mean, it can counter their stuff on curve, which is pretty reasonable.
It can, but they don't really have a curve, do they?
Well, I mean, if you go like turn 1 Island Vial, and they're like turn 1 Lava Spike you can like pick up your land and daze it.
Yeah, but Zev's on the play.
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, this game might not be the greatest. Although he does have like Flame Rift on 2 and various things. Fire Blast while he's tapped out. It might be one of the weaker cards. I mean, I think you just want to kill him quickly and have as much disruption as possible. So, how do you feel about Force here?
Well, Force is very good.
I mean, I think you need it to beat Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah, you need it to beat all your cards. Like, yeah, Force is insane. Like, and plus he doesn't have that many cards to bring in. He has like 5 cards to bring in. So I mean, I'd probably take out 2 Dismember. If I was playing, I'd probably take out 2 Dismember and 2 Days or 3 Days. Standstill seems insane.
Yeah, Standstill, you can play, force him to draw 3 cards. Like.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens with this. Both players grab their opening 7s. And...
Alright, Zev keeps his hand.
Right.
Oh no, he mulliganed.
Oh no, Zev ships it back. Mulligan with a burn deck is the worst.
Yeah.
You need every card. Interesting to see that Zev isn't playing Bump in the Night.
And Todd's mulliganing.
He's not playing Bump in the Night or Dark Confidant. I talked to Ben Weinberg. Ben normally playing his blue decks, his combo decks, etc. Ben was packing Burn in this tournament.
Just because of Bump in the Night?
And he said the Bump in the Night makes the deck really good. He also put Dark Confidant main deck, which is just unbelievable because it just fills you with more Burn.
Bump in the Night makes this deck? Isn't there is it playing every 1-mana 3 damage spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Except, I mean, it doesn't play Spark Elemental, but those can be blocked, obviously.
Well, yeah, Spark Elemental doesn't count.
So yeah, then you have Rift Bolt, Lava Spike, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, and Bump the Night. I took some test draws while I was on a break, and just every game by turn 3, it just went exactly the same. 3 damage, 3 damage, or 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage.
And then you're at 2, go.
Yeah, I mean, but everyone's cracking their fetch lands or whatever. And then occasionally you have like a Fire Blast or something to get them.
That's pretty insane.
And your entire hand is out, so you're like, hope I get there. I'm interested to see how Ben does. Normally, he really felt like this deck was good because Mental Misstep was gone. People were going to be playing different decks again. I thought it was maybe a little sketchy just because I think people were going to be playing a lot of combo. And Burn, where everyone else was playing combo, is not where you want to be. I remember watching games earlier this year, or for example, Patrick Sullivan played Burn in California at one of the opens there, and he's just he made the top 8, but the top 8 was just 6 other combo decks. And round 1 played against Andosium Tendrils and just died on turn 1. Nothing he could do. It was playing Burn.
Bolt you. Okay, I'm dead.
Hope your Andosium brought you to 3.
I like playing against Andosium Tendrils at the last Legacy GP. My opponent mulls to 6. I have turn 1 Thoughtseize on the draw and turn 2 him. And he goes, I don't know if I can keep this. Oh, wait. And then he's just like, okay, I keep. And I'm like, sure, I already kept. And he's like, turn 1, ad nauseum. Just miscounted. I thought he was going to mull to 5 and I was going to take the victory, and then I died on turn 1. Didn't get a play spell.
Ah, yes.
And then that's when I learned my lesson. I should play blue cards.
Yeah, Force Will is a good card. So down comes Grim Lavamancer for Zev. And Todd has a million islands.
Yeah.
He keeps a bunch of islands, Curse Catcher, Daze, Silver Gill Adept. So he's saving the Curse Catcher, if that is a Curse Catcher, I believe it is. He's saving the Curse Catcher so he can play the Silver Gill Adept on turn 2.
And he also kept in the dazes, so that's pretty interesting. I wonder what he took out then.
Yeah, I mean,
The only thing I can think of is Vendilion Click.
Like V-Click. I don't know, maybe cut some Forces. I wouldn't be surprised.
Force, really?
I mean, it seems like dealing with Wildmancer is really important. I think Dazes might be good on the play. On the draw, it might be a little slow, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess if we're sideboarding like I wanted him to, he would have to keep at least a days in. So that could be, the 1 days.
Sure. Another island.
Yeah, another island.
So real adept shows off the curse catcher. Catching some curses. Draws a card. Todd Anderson.
Is that a figure of Destiny?
Yep, he's playing figure.
Oh no, it's a Rift Belt. I didn't know it was suspended.
Ah, yes. Alright. Draws. And it's gonna be fast and furious. But he's not that many cards in his hand, so I think Todd's gonna be in a good position, but we'll see exactly how this goes.
Does another adept. Alright. Todd goes to 12.
Todd to 12. Zev to 16.
Yeah. Alright, so Todd untaps, takes his 4th turn, and there's a Jite. So that's an interesting card. That's going to make it so every single time Todd equips it, that creature's going to have to die. Zev's going to have to stop ignoring the creature and the race and start interacting with them. So right here, he's going to be able to play a Jite. Oh, he's not playing. That's interesting. I think I would have played the Jite because then next turn you have to kill off 2 of his adepts. Yeah, I'm curious about that. Because, yeah, if you play the Jite right now, the next turn you equip to an adept. Oh, I guess you can just kill it. Yeah, never mind. You kill it after it attacks. It's not like a sword. I'm too used to playing with Sword of War and Peace. Alright. Zev going to... Alright, Lavamancer's an adept. Feels the pressure from all the 2/1s. And draws Red Elemental Blast. Alright, yeah, Todd's got to be really scared here. I mean, he's got a little bit of pressure. Grim Lavamancer's out of fuel for the moment. Alright, there comes the Jite. Alright. Jite gets equipped to a Silver Guild Adept and all creatures come rumbling in. Red Elemental Blast is going to destroy the Adept targeted or equipped to the Umzo Jite. And Todd doesn't have any effects in hand, so... Oh, he gets Curse Catcher double days. That's insane, yeah. It's a great play. He's going to get some counters off the Jite and... yeah, that's a big game. Zev's going to take it, and then Grim Lavamancer is going to be shot down by Jite. Yeah, wow. Todd's Jite plan worked out, and now he has a counter on there. Smash to smithereens, targeting Jite. Gains 2 life and then loses 3, so a total of one life down. And Grim Lavamancer number 2. Alright, 4 damage comes in at Zev. Zev's now down to 4. But with Todd not having anything in hand, Zev's going to be able to shoot down these creatures and hold the fort. All right, Goblin Guide. All right, reveals Vendilion Click. Puts Todd down to 6 life. Untaps. Attacks for 4. Does Zev has Red Elemental Blast. He can hit both creatures. Or is he just going to go down to 2 life right now? Yeah. Zev's not afraid. He's going to go down to 2 life. Todd plays Vendilion Click, but Zev Red Elemental Blast it.
Yeah, he gets blasted. And Zev's sitting at 2, Todd at 6. Attacks with Goblin Guide, gives Todd another land. Todd's hand just full of those lands. Ships back.
Yeah, I think he only has 1 card in his graveyard.
Oh, yeah, we can't quite see his graveyard. He could block and deal 2 if he had 2 cards, but if he doesn't, it's not going to work very well. Oh, he must.
Oh, he does have 2 cards.
Alright, kills off the Adept. Todd plays one of his mini lands and passes. Stand still, not looking so hot right now. And serves him for 2 with that guide. Shows off a force. There we go.
Yeah, we are going to be going to game 3.
Yep, I imagine pretty shortly. There's the Lava Spike. Zev forces the 3rd game. Yeah, I mean, the burn deck, basically just a glorified combo deck. I mean, you just play a lot of cards that deal damage in increments, and it just combos out over several turns. Fire Blast, Lightning Bolt, Price, Flame Rift, Chain Lightning, Rift Bolt, Lava Spike. A couple creatures, and we're done.
Lots of spells that deal a lot of fast damage. I don't know. Could you ever come to a tournament, like a Legacy tournament, just with a red burn deck? It's just not my cup of tea. I think, I mean, I have not yet done it, but now I've learned. I want to be brainstorming, and like Jerry's deck looks awesome. Like that's the kind of deck I want to play.
Yeah, Jerry's deck, that bug deck always looks fantastic when anybody plays it, just because it's like got all the most powerful cards. I think it actually often traps better players into playing it, just because it's like, oh, this looks such a high value. I don't think I could ever play in a Legacy tournament with a red deck, with a mono-red burn deck. Not saying I don't think that it's a bad choice. I just think that there are a lot of decks on equal footing, and you know, I could be playing with blue cards instead, and I prefer to play with blue cards. And so, you know, if there's different things I can do, one's more fun than the other, I'll go for that.
Yeah.
Heading back to the sideboards, both players, Todd's going to switch it up a little bit. If he boarded out some dazes, I would imagine those would probably come in now. It's possible Todd thought that Zev was mostly creatures, and after seeing some non-creatures, mostly non-creatures, after seeing some creatures, he wanted to take out some of those standstills. A little unclear. Zev, on the other hand, maybe he's going to be switching around some of his blasts. How many blasts? What's the right number of blasts in this matchup? How many do you think you want?
I have no clue. Like, I don't really know what's important yet. Like, the late game, it seemed that Zev actually was able to control Todd's board, except for if he had a land drop, Todd wouldn't have gotten to activate the GT once, but then Zev had the Smash Smithereens. And so I think a decent number of them is fine, but you still want, like, see, it's usually tough for me to play a card like Lava Spike in this matchup, right? I'd much rather have a card that kills a permanent than just deals 3. But then I'd lean on my figures and my Grim Lavamancers to interact. So I couldn't play it.
So you would, I mean, I think this might actually be legitimate. You could board out a lot of, 8 of your burn spells or 8 removal spells and just count on your creatures. Mm-hmm. And maybe in that case, maybe Todd figured that out, and maybe he's going to board in some more things for creatures. Maybe he's going to bring his Dismembers back in or something crazy like that. So.
Yeah, but you can't play a card like Dismember in this matchup. You can't. Dismember is just not possible. Well, like, these red decks can deal all the damage. Sure. Like, you'll have to counter burn spells eventually, so you cannot. Like, if I had to counter a Lightning Bolt, often in Standard, I would not be dismembering Goblin Guides.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, once again, so I can ask you straight up the question. I can ask you the question. If a Goblin Guide would attack 3 times, and you dismember it, then you're gaining 2 life. But I think what a lot of people don't realize in that exchange is that you're also just you could have another card from your deck in your hand that you had to sideboard out, right? Yeah. So maybe Dismember will end up saving you some life, like 2 life or something, but often another card would just do so much more.
And it depends, like, Cobblade Dismember is a lot different than, like, Todd Anderson's Merfolk Dismember. Goblin Guide isn't as effective against that.
Right. I mean, it's also a much different thing. The burn deck in Standard when Cobblade was around, it wasn't packing, infinite burn spells, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 28 burn spells,
Yeah, it didn't have Fire Blast.
Fire Blast, that is a scary card. Just on the turn you go off, all right, I've got the Fire Blast. Deal you some damage. I mean, I think Price Progress definitely comes out. I'm sure that's the one thing you have for 4 blast.
Yeah, of course, I've boarded that out.
Also, Smash seems pretty good. Guy beat GTA, hits Vial. Maybe Todd takes out some of his Vials here. But you need the Vials to be able to cast your spells. There's no way you can do that. Well, we'll see what the player chose to do. Todd Anderson will be on the play this game. All right, leads on Island. Crack Scalding Tarn. Or Zeb Crack Scalding Tarn, rather. So, Islands versus Mountains. Jace versus Chandra. Todd Anderson playing the role of Jace.
Did Todd keep a one-lander?
One-landers are certainly keepable with Merfolk, but usually they involve a lot more Aether Vials.
Yeah. I don't see the other land in his hand.
I also don't see the other land in his hand.
Yeah, he's shipped.
I mean, he does have a bunch of counter spells. Maybe he's hoping to get a turn 2 standstill.
Yeah.
Like, if you draw a land, you're able to stand still on turn 2, but... Wow, on 7 cards, I'm really surprised Todd kept that. I mean, you know how it is when you've been, doing well in tournaments. You just kind of feel like you're invincible, and you're like, I'll draw a land.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, he's gonna smash, right?
But, oh man, Todd has a bunch of counter spells in his hands. All right, there's you don't want to measure. It's also possible Todd thought with Daze whatever Zev played on for the first turn, meaning that. He just replays his land on the second turn anyway, so he'd have an extra turn to draw one. But Zev wisely played around that Daze. There's an Aether Vial, so that'll help out a little bit. All right, and there's the Daze from Todd. Todd happily slams down that Daze. Glad to be able to play his Aether Vial.
Countering 3 damage. Ugh, there's a Grim Lavamancer. That's going to be bad.
Alright. Cracks Arid Mesa. So, Zev loading up his graveyard to fuel his Grim Lavamancer. Todd Anderson sitting at a pretty 19, though. Just taking 1 point of damage off that Force of Will, making sure not to take too much. And looks like just having to re-sleeve there. Sleeve broke. Happens. The mono-red deck in the red sleeve, if your opponent presents a deck sleeved in like Zev has with the red symbol on the back, do you think he's playing red or do you think he's not playing red?
Depends on the person. Like, that information's usually pretty decent. Like, I usually, I'd say, 1 out of 15 matches, I just get a stone cold read on what my opponent's playing in a search format, and I know 100%. I would bet.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know exactly what with him, but I might get the read.
Right. For example, if LSV presents a deck that's sleeved in blue, it's like, well, is he actually just trying to trick me to think he's playing blue, right? Like, why would LSV ever sleeve a blue deck with blue sleeves? But
LSV's the kind of guy that it would probably be blue cards if he did that, because he likes the thing of, he loves getting you, but, completely next level where, you had the information, but you outthought yourself.
You leveled yourself. So Todd still doesn't have any more lands. Figure of Destiny, the foil card down there for Zev Chastain. And levels up his figure. It's weird. After level up, when level up first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, it's so weird. You can't level at instant speed." And now that we've played so much with level up, it always feels weird whenever you level with instant speed with figure. Whenever someone's end step level, it's like, "Oh, yeah, you can do that."
I guess I haven't ever felt that.
No. All right. Todd's gonna tap and put down Lord of Atlantis. Is he gonna offer up the trade here? And by offer up the trade, I mean make Zev tap 3 mana to level up his figure. All right. Well, Zev's.
No, he wanted to do that probably to get the Lavamancer trigger. I don't know.
All right. Well, Zev attacks in the middle of combat. Todd puts down Lord of Atlantis, and Zev Grim Lavamancers it. And I think if you're Zev, you probably just level up your figure here. Oh, yeah, Blue Elemental Blast.
Yeah,
sure. You wanted just Zev to burn the 3 mana.
Yeah,
so
he was going to get him to burn the 3 mana. Yeah.
Yeah. So that takes care of the Figure of Destiny. And smashes away the Aether Vial. Oh,
That's
Todd
bad.
needed that vial. With that vial, Todd might be able to get in this game, but still no lands for Todd Anderson.
Yeah.
Granted, Zev only has that Grim Lavamancer, but at 11 life, the Grim Lavamancer is going to deal quite a bit of damage to Todd Anderson's life total. Plus, so many draws from Zev are alive.
Mm-hmm.
Deck only has 21 lands. Everything else pretty much does exactly what he wants. All right, there's the second land for Todd. Play
Is it
Silvergill
too late?
Adept, Pyroblast on
Counter, right?
Silvergill Adept.
Now, do you? How many? I don't know how many triggers he has, but let's say there's 5 cards in his graveyard. Do you start hitting Todd? At least once, I'm assuming. Since you're at 16 life, yeah.
Lavamancer? Oh yeah, I would just be shooting Todd pretty much every opportunity. I might keep one activation around for the creatures, but I would definitely be targeting Todd just because you get him down to 5 life.
Close,
yeah, you want to get him close, and then as you play more cards and they get countered, you can just steadily deal damage with it. You don't want it to be like, okay, well I have enough cards now, but it's going to take 5 turns to do that.
Yeah,
So a lot could happen in 5 turns, especially when Todd Anderson finds a second land. There's a good Figure of Destiny for Zev.
Which, if he draws another land, could go all the way.
There's a Pyroblast.
All right, Todd scoops it out.
Todd just concedes.
He's like, I'm done here.
All right.
I have seen enough.
So
Zev takes the match.
Zev with his mono red deck takes down Todd Anderson. Emmett Gore points out, looks like Zev is just playing the